What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Comics Page Punchers Superman. And so here we have the Page Puncher Superman pose and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories. Page Puncher Superman does come with 2 pairs of hands. We do get a pair of fists. Then we get a pair of flat palmed hands. He of course does come with a McFarlane flight stand, which looks really nice. Other than that, we don't get any other accessories with Superman. So with that out of the way, let's have a closer look at his details. And so here we have a closer look at the Page Puncher Superman, and I don't know how to feel about this face sculpt. I like it, but at the same time, I don't like it. It kind of reminds me of the handsome Squidward meme. I know you guys have seen it, and this kind of does look like handsome Squidward Superman. It's a good face sculpt, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, there's something off-putting about it as Superman. Like from some angles like that, yes, that does look like the Man of Steel. Maybe it's the jawline that's throwing me off, because his jaw is very squarish, as you can see right there. If you just cut off the end right here, it actually looks a lot better. I think that's what's throwing this head sculpt off for me. It's that his jawline is giving him a really big face, and he's supposed to have a slimmer face. Like if you were to just omit that much, it looks like a much better head sculpt, in all honesty. I'm also not a fan of how his hair is. I think it's a little bit too wild. It's not tame enough to be Superman. When you think Superman, you don't think like wavy hair like this. You think of nice slicked hair, and this Superman has really wavy hair, and that's also throwing off the look. It only makes it look more like handsome Squidward with the supermodel waves. Like I said, it's not a bad head sculpt, by all honesty. It's just one of those head sculpts that I think it needs to grow on you. But for me, I really don't see this growing on me. It's a okay head sculpt. Moving on to the rest of the figure, I do like the body in some aspects. They did a really good job with the sculpt work. Really liking the S shield right here. It is a raised piece, and it has really nice sculpt work. They did a good job with it. The red is raised up and the yellow is recessed. It is a separate piece from the torso, so you can peel it off if you really wanted to. I don't know why you would, but that is an option. I'm also a fan, believe it or not, of the muted colors. It might just be because it reminds me of the Man of Steel color scheme, but yeah, the muted colors do look good on this Superman. I don't know what it is. Maybe because he has such a pale complexion that the muted colors look good. But yeah, it's very nice in terms of color. It's very uniform. I know a lot of people would probably prefer the baby blue outfit, but this darker muted blue does fit the figure nicely. Another thing I can't really get behind is the cape. I don't know what it is about this cape or why they did it the way they did. It kind of like flows in like 3 different directions. I would like a cape that just sat flush or was going in one direction, because this doesn't really look like a cape. It kind of looks like he got snagged on something. His cape got snagged on something, and yeah, it's not a good look for the cape. I mean, it's a nice sculpt, but it's not the best that we've seen. Having a look at his arms here, unlike Black Adam, Superman here is a little bit more proportioned in some respects, and I'll get onto that in a little bit. His arms are a really nice size for his body shape. You can see they did a really good job adding the wrinkles here on his outfit. They did a good job sculpting the musculature, especially down here. He does have the cuffs that we have seen since the New 52 that carried over into the Rebirth Superman, which I think that's a really nice design, to be quite honest. Unfortunately, his wrist peg is the color of his suit. I would have liked to see that flesh tone. So that's another missed opportunity, when it doesn't make sense that that is the color of his outfit, because his entire neck setup is a different piece. So yeah, his neck is a separate piece from his torso. It's basically glued in. So I don't know why they didn't use more plastic like that here on his wrist pegs. So having a look at the rest of his outfit, we're going to talk about something that is throwing me off a little bit. He is very slender for a Superman. He has a very slim torso. It's not a broad chest at all. I don't know how I feel about a slimmer Superman. It looks like Superboy's torso. So if you want to customize this into a Superboy, you can. He'll just be a little bit tall. But yeah, you can see right here on his waist, it's about the same length of his chest. So It's not a broad-chested Superman. It's a linear Superman, which it's okay. It's just not my ideal Superman. Here on his belt, you can see they sculpted the S. I do like the sculpted S here on his belt. I know they did it in Superman Returns, and I think that was a nice change, and it looks good here. Of course, we have the muted red for the trunks going down to his legs right here, which you can see some more wrinkles. It does look like it's an outfit over muscles rather than muscles just painted, because we do have seam lines. It looks really nice. Really good detailing, especially here on the knee. You can see it does a good job of actually matching the color of the plastics. Normally when McFarlane does this, the knee is a different shade of the thigh and the calf. Here it's pretty uniform. My camera's not picking up any discoloration, so I do like that as well. Then we do have your traditional Superman boots with the little notch right here at the top going all the way around. So yeah, overall this Superman has some pretty good detail. Even here in the boots, just look at, he has some texture there in the boots. So yeah, McFarlane did a really good job sculpting this Superman. Like I said, there's just aspects of it that I think I would change, like giving him a broader chest and maybe altering the face sculpt. Oh yeah, that's all he needs. I might just modify this head and shave a little bit of his jaw off, because if you were to hide that, that looks a lot better. That, yeah, I might end up doing that at some point. But anyway, that's the Page Punches Superman for you. So what we're going to do now is get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have the Page Punches Superman posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Superman posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. And finally, here we do have the Page Punches Superman posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to his articulation. Now, Superman does have a double ball joint in the neck, which does let him look up quite a bit. I do like that. He can look down, not too much. He basically has neutral, slight down, but better up, so I do like that. He does turn or tilt side to side really nicely, so we get some really good range there, and then he does turn left and right. We have a ball joint set up right here in his shoulder, so that does pivot down, up, forward, and back. Out to the side, no problem. Goes all the way around, not at all hindered by his cape, although it does get in the way a little bit. It does flex out, so that is good. We do have a bicep swivel, which works no problem. Double bend here at the elbow. Not the nicest elbow that we've seen, but it is functional, so yeah, I do like it, but I also hate it. We have a ball hinge here at the wrist, which does pivot up and down. We can rotate that to have in and out movement, and then of course it rotates on that pin. Then we do have a ball joint here at the mid-torso, which goes back side to side. Forward, not so much. You do have to modify it if you want better crunching forward. And then same thing with the lower torso. It does go side to side. Back really nicely. Forward, not the best that we've seen. Does swivel, no problem. Legs do kick forward to about right there. They kick back out to the side. No problem. We do have a little bit of a thigh swivel, not the greatest, but it is there if you need it. Double bend here at the knee. Then we do have rotation here at the ankle. We have a hinge here at the ankle as well, so that does work fine. Swivels, and then forward facing pin for rocker ankle, where we can give him a true rocker ankle. And then finally we do have a very generous toe hinge. So overall, Superman has some pretty good articulation. It works for the most part, but it could be better, to be quite honest. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get this Superman posed and ready for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Page Punches Superman pose for my final thoughts, and overall, this is a really aesthetically pleasing Superman. I love the sculpt work on him. Even though I feel like his chest could be a little bit broader, I like the proportions on this Superman. His lower torso seems a little bit bigger and chunkier, which kind of gives him the illusion that he does need a broader chest. But overall, I do like the way this Superman came out. With the exception of the head sculpt, which I think could use a little bit of modification, I think it's a really good, solid sculpt. sculpt. Now it still reminds me of Handsome Squidward, so I guess we can call this the Handsome Superman, but overall I do like it. The sculpt work on him is really clean. I do like the S-shield. It's one of my favorite S-shields that McFarlane has given us, and I like the fact that the colors are a little bit muted, and it does remind me a lot of the Superman Returns and the Man of Steel color scheme, where those were a darker color. So I do like the aspects of this figure. Now I can understand why some people would not like this figure. It's not the ideal Superman. The colors are very muted. When you think Superman, you want really bright colors. The only bright color on this Superman is the yellow and his pale skin, which, yeah, it is very noticeable that this Superman is very, very pale, but overall I still like the way he came out. So if you guys are looking for the Page Puncher Superman, he is going to start hitting stores soon. I did pick up mine from Amazon, where I did get the entire set. Superman here will run you about $25, which is a little bit pricey, but as I stated with Black Adam, you're paying $20 for the figure, $5 for the comic, so it evens itself out eventually. And I do like the fact that we do get the same comic book with each of them. Again, I would have liked to see different comic books, but I understand why they did it. They didn't want to give you one comic that's harder to find than the others. Buy all 4 figures, you get the same comic book, unfortunately, and they could have done something different than that. I do like the fact that McFarlane is doing the comic books in the toys. I think other companies need to start doing that, and McFarlane is showing that you can do it at an affordable price. So yeah, there is no excuse on why other companies can't do this. So with that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. I do recommend the Page Puncher Superman. If you're a fan of the Man of Steel, this is one figure you're going to want in your collection. With a little bit of modification, he can be a very great Superman figure. So as always, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other DC Multiverse videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.